Dear friends, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we'll be diving into Narnia series on the OverTheWire, which is designed to sharpen your cybersecurity skills. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Now, let's jump in and start hacking away through Narnia series. The level I'm going to do will be level 4. And this level, I think, is very similar to level 2. So we are going to take the same way to get this level down. All right, we can head over to Linux. First of all, we need to connect to the Narnia machine. SSH. Now we can press enter. We are required to supply the password of a current user, Narnia 4. We can copy it from notebook. We can copy and paste over here. And we can, we are in the target machine. We can press keys Control Shift and L at the same time to clear the screen. Then we can get a bigger space on the window. And of course, we should navigate to our working directory of this series and run ls with options of A, L, H altogether. Since we are dealing with the level 4, and also this level, as before, has SUID bit. So it means that when current user 94 runs this file, will get privilege of its owner, and its owner is Narnia 5. Then of course, if we can get privilege of the Narnia 5, and then we can retrieve its password easily. Okay, so we can run file a command to display its type. And this is, the same as previous levels. This is still 32-bit Linux executable. And beneath this binary, there is corresponding C code. And we can cut out this C code to see what it's about. And here, import some or include some headers files. Actually, we do not need to care about these files. And, define the environment variable. And this is the main function. Will take 2 arguments. The first one is a count of arguments. Of course, the count of arguments should be larger than 1, because the program name itself will occupy 1. Okay, so next, and this is the array of character or string. Okay, and define the variable I, and this is integer, and then define another array. Sorry, we are disconnected by the remote machine. It's fine. Let's finish this code, and we'll loop over this environment variable. I don't think this piece of code will impact our exploitation. And if we can supply the argument, and then we will call this function again. This is the copy, and this function doesn't have any validation on the argument. So if we can overflow this, by by feeding very long payload, and then we can overflow this buffer, okay? Because this buffer has 256, okay? But before we try to exploit, I'd like to run this program or this binary to see how it's behaving. Okay, we can copy and paste in here. And we can navigate to Narnia directory. And let's run it. Narnia 4. We didn't have anything back. So how about nothing returned. Okay, but because we are given source code, we can try to overflow the area of the buffer and try to insert shell code. And of course, very important, we need to overflow EIP. I mean the extended instruction pointer, which store the address of the next instruction. For example, if we can get the address, and then we can point it to, for example, like a no operation, and then the following shell code can be executed. So I think the steps, what we are going to take, are very similar to level 2. Okay, let me repeat those steps. So how to do? We can use DDB. This is one of a powerful reverse engineering tool. And Narnia 4. And we can, we can fit a long payload. As we know, the buffer has size 256. So maybe we can try to fit the payload, in, for example, maybe the payload can be more than maybe 300 characters. Okay, let me do it now. We can use Python 3 and import, or no need to import, sorry about this. We just use the print function 300 and press enter. As you can see, the 4141, this means A, uppercase A. In other words, our EIP has been overwritten or overflowed by our fed data. Okay, so next we need to decide its offset, or where such the overflow happens. And so to do that, we can use one kind of utility provided by Metasploit framework. Okay, let me grab this loopy script, create, and the length. We can use option of -L to specify the length of the payload, like 300. This string or this payload has been created with specific pattern. Why we need to use this kind of pattern, and we feed such payload to the program, and then by analyzing the address of the EIP, and then we can calculate offset. Let me show you in action. We can copy, and we do not need to use the Python. So now we can press enter, and if you get the registers, and then you can get this number or this address, and we can use another counterpart utility to calculate its offset. Okay, so offset is 264. So what shall we do next? We need to do like this way. We can put some no operation. For example, maybe some enough no operation, okay, and then we can put shell code, and then should be the EIP, and the EIP should be the return address. Of course, we need to find out such address. So how to do? And let me show you. And we can go back to this program. We can use the Python 3, and print. As we know, the offset is 264, right? And we can 4B. Okay, and we can use this method to get all data behind ESP. ESP always the stack pointer, okay, or at the top, and we can get around. My way is to test each possible address in the middle of such A. Later we will replace A by no operation, because no operation will not affect shell code, okay, or do nothing. So how to do? Also, we need to get the shell code. You can copy it from here and remove the double quotes. I think I've already done that before. So now I can grab, yes, this is shell code. We can copy. And also we can calculate its length. We can use the Python to calculate the length. So 33. So in other words, we need to put 264 minus the length of shell code 33. No operation, okay, and this can be can be represented by 90, okay, and then will be shell code, and then returned address, and the returned address we can try some address in the middle of the the A, okay. So now how to do? Maybe we can exit from the GDB, and we can call 4 and Python 3. This time I'd like to use the sys module to to write the data. Python 3, okay, and import sys standout buffer write, okay, and we can put data or the payload as argument to write function, and this we can I think I'd like to copy from here. We can copy, and we can use the okay, I think it's done. Let's run it. But segmentation fault. This time I use this address D0, and so D0 cannot work. So how about the E0? We can change this address to E0. I think it's working. If you run ID command, as can see over here, effective user ID has been Narnia 5. Then we can get the password, right? Without any problem. Narnia 5. Okay, we successfully get the password of the next level. So I think this is very similar to level 2. If you can practice both levels, I think you can get a better idea or the knowledge and the skills to conduct buffer overflow. Okay, buffer overflow attack. So that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.